So a few people asked me to record a video about RefWorks. So that's what this video is about. So I'm going to introduce RefWorks to you very briefly, show you how you can access it through the library, and then I'm going to show you something of what it can do very briefly. What you see on the screen here is just the front page when I open up RefWorks in my account. RefWorks is a database for you to store references in, which does not sound terrifically exciting, but it does enable you to create bibliographies really easily, and it integrates into Word, so it helps you manage references as you're writing. That is useful for essays, but it becomes more useful when you're working with lots and lots of references, as you might do for a dissertation or for your management research report. So what you're seeing here are the last references that I added into my database. You can click on them and it will pull up information on the right-hand side about what that reference is, the authors. In most cases, it will pull out an abstract, various other information, and so on. You can use that to manually create a reference or a reference list if you wish to do that, but obviously it will automate that as well. You can add things into folders. I have not, because I'm disorganized and a fairly useless human being. In an ideal world, you would have different folders, perhaps for different topics, maybe for different themes from a literature review. If you're working on several different projects at the same time, or different essays, you can put things in folders as you wish. Items can be in multiple folders, so you might want to do that as well. This is not a total how-to, so it's just a kind of overview, but that folder functionality is pretty useful. You get a free account for RefWorks, so if you go to the library pages of the website here and scroll down until you see referencing support, give that a click. And in the panel on the left-hand side here, if you click on RefWorks, it opens up the RefWorks guide, and it will explain something about what RefWorks is, how you can use it, how you get started, and so on. It is fairly straightforward to set that up. You shouldn't have any problems. If you do, then Learning Services are the people to assist you. You can try me, or you can try your supervisor, but realistically, we're just users of this too. So we can try and help you, and we will, of course, but you're better off going to Learning Services. So there's plenty of information there about getting started, how you can use it, how you create bibliographies using RefWorks. It can produce them in various and different styles. That's really useful. So you don't need to remember what goes in italics and what's supposed to go in an inverted comma, and is the year supposed to be in brackets or not. All that stuff is handled for you. That's a really big advantage, and it starts to really pay off when you're using more and more references in longer piece of work, more advanced piece of work, and of course the dissertation. In an essay where you're handling maybe 8 to 10 references, this is overkill. It's like, it is using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. So I wouldn't probably advise using it just for that. But if you're thinking about maybe using it for your management research report, why not use it for other essays as well? In terms of how you make it work, once you've run a search in Summon, then I showed you yesterday in class how you can save items by clicking on them here, and you get the number in this folder increases every time you add an item. I've now got 3 items in there. If I click on that folder, it brings up this list of my saved results. One of the options I have, I can print them out or I can email them to myself. Those are really good options for just keeping track of searches. One of the options I have is to export, and all these options here are basically similar software, just different providers and slightly different uses. And I might have my preference. So, for example, I use RefWorks, but I have in the past sort of played around with Zotero and others. EndNote is an extremely popular one. You're going to be using RefWorks. I wouldn't suggest that you engage with the others at all. If you click Export to RefWorks, then what happens is it makes a connection through to RefWorks, and it will tell you that it has saved a number of documents in your library. I'm just going to close that other tab. This is back to my RefWorks page, and the three items that I had saved, so the three items, sorry, wrong page, the three items that I save here, the Blanco Oliver, the Kalish, and the Rajamohan articles are now appearing here in my list. And I can then use them to create a bibliography, or I can use the plugin in Word to reference them directly. If you want to know how to do that, I'm not going to cover it in this video because we're starting to sort of get to the edge of my expertise, really. If you want to know how to do that, then the library has some resources here under the Creating Bibliographies and Writing Your Paper tab. I would suggest having a look there first. If you want to have a look at that and then get in touch with me and we can work out exactly how you do what you want to do, that's absolutely fine. Really happy to help you with that in any way I can. I hope that was useful. It was a bit of a flying overview, but the most important thing is being able to find the support that is in or on the library pages. So let me just show you again how you do that. From the library page, you go to Referencing Support, and on the left-hand side, RefWorks, and that will open up these pages that tell you how to get an account, how to get started, get information in, and to create bibliographies and to write your paper or your management research report. I hope that was useful. Do get in touch if you want me to cover anything else. I'm more than happy to do that. Okay, take care.